Hey guys, Tyler006 back again with another episode of Grinding to Victory, the series in which I analyze and interpret what I need to do to get better in Call of Duty Blackout. In this week's episode, we're getting back into the duos gameplay. This time it's InPutThis and I, and we're going to be talking about rotations and how important rotating through the map in the proper directions in the proper manner will contribute to you winning games. So as you can see, we marked the map. We're going to land Zombie Town. It's a very common landing spot for our squad, especially InPutThis and I when we're running duos. We like landing Zombie Town. It's not the busiest spot, and there's enough loot, more than enough loot for two players to get looted up, get set, and start thinking about where we're going to rotate through the map to accomplish our goal of winning the game. So first off, let's talk about rotating in a specific area. Going back to last week, I mentioned how we landed at factory a lot, and I know the ins and outs of that specific building, and, you know, the mistake would have been to go out the door and try to climb the ladder to get at him, but I knew the secret trick of opening the door and jumping up onto the roof that way. It goes the same for all other specific areas in the map. You really need to know the areas that you're landing in, because that'll dictate which way you go through that specific area to get your jump on enemies. And again, remember to do a quick look around the area as you're parachuting in, just to get an idea where other people are landing, because that is another factor that will alter which way you rotate through that specific area. So make sure to pick your landing spot properly. In this instance, we land up in the houses, which gives us a good high ground vantage point from the windows down into the street side stores. So when you're looted up and you're ready to make your push into the next area, regardless of there being enemies there or not, pick a route which will give you cover in case someone does spring an ambush on you. This is where landing in a specific area multiple times pays dividends. Gaining that knowledge of the best rotation routes and routes that other players tend to use, you can come up with counter rotations to the norms, which will give you the upper edge when getting into gunfights in hot drop areas. So now we're at the point where you've cleared out the area you landed in. There's no threat whatsoever of anybody else. The town's yours. Where do we go next? That's the big question. And there's a lot of different factors that'll determine where you're going to rotate through the map after your initial landing spot. The most important, most determining factor of where to rotate next is where's that first circle going to be? Combining that with how far away from that first circle are you? If I'm in circle already or close to it, I'll stop and take some time to think about what are my needs now. If I'm outside the circle, far from the circle, my first priority is getting to a safe distance to where I can make my decisions of where to go to next. Those decisions include, do I have the guns do I want? Do I have enough ammo? Do I have armor? Do I need more meds? If any of those questions are, yes, I need this stuff, then I'm going to be looking at the map to a populated area where there's buildings, where I know there's going to be loot. There isn't loot out in the fields and in the trees and in the woods. As you become a more experienced player, you'll do this instinctively. You'll know what you have and haven't picked up as you go through the area which you landed in. And the quicker that you can make the decision of what your needs are, the quicker you can decide on where your next rotation is going to be. If you are looted up, if you have everything you feel that you need, what's the objective of the game? Get kills, right? So we're going to look to the more populated areas of where players tend to go, and we're going to rotate that way so that we can get into engagement. Stuff like gunfire in the distance. Again, going back to the last week's episode and sound, when you have a really great headset, you can hear that gunfire in directions, and that'll dictate which way I want to rotate. Depending on where I am specifically on the map, will also dictate which way I head to that gunfire. Is there high ground? Let's rotate and flank around to get that high ground on top of where I think the gunfire is happening. Stuff like supply drops. People tend to gravitate towards supply drops. Where am I on the map now? Where do I want to be overlooking that supply drop. This dictates the way you rotate. So let's look at what Input This and I did in this specific gameplay. We land Zombie Town, we clear the town out. First thing I'm looking at is, are we in circle? Yes, we are in circle. Do we have the guns and equipment that we need to progress into the game? No. Where is the next most populated area where we can find loot? It's right across the river. Another question that needs to be asked is that spot in circle, or at least close to it? The answer is yes, so let's move on. Quickest way to get across the river is swimming across the river, because remember, bridges are suicide. So we make our way across, we get looted up even more. We have the encounter with the truck on the bridge, we win that with the cluster grenades. Unfortunately, there was a little glitch in the loot bag, and I didn't get to loot the guy that I killed. But luckily, I make a nice flank rotation on this guy that you just saw and get the kill on him. Get what I need. I do a couple laps back and forth just to play it safe, and I get the attachments and the ammo that I need, and we are all set to go into the next stage of the game. So let's bring up the map and take a look at where the circle is going to be and where we want to put ourselves when it comes down to the end game. So what do we see here? The next circle is going to be in the southeastern tip of the map. It's a very open, deserty area. A couple rocks to hide behind, not very many buildings. There's a couple of the turbine windmills, which I know a group is on top of via the helicopter. And there's the easternmost rocky cliff face, high ground, near the out of bounds. That's where we decide we want to be, since we both have sniper rifles. The next question we ask ourselves is, what's the best way to get there? We had spotted some guys on the north side of the circle, so we're going to head that way to try to get the cutoff, an ambush, and that's the way we head, and we end up getting a few kills out of it. So now we know where we want to go and where we're going to go to get there. Let's sit back and watch how we execute the rotation up to the rocks on the eastern face.
They're by that second red tree, straight east, where I downed them. They're probably going to be in those
guys
red
coming
buildings.
out of the storm.
Okay.
It sounded like he was right behind me. Oh yeah.
I broke his armor.
Fucking lit me up.
I saw that. I was trying to shoot him, but he was behind the rock. Fuck this. Storm is ticking hard.
No, not an outlander. I couldn't think of to use it though.
These guys are probably to our left in these red buildings right here. Right east of us. Oh,
These
I
guys
see guys
up on
fucking
the rocks.
Yeah, east. I saw the shots coming down. I don't see them up there. There's... Oh.
I'm just checking our back here.
Okay.
There's only 10 others left.
Yeah, I see that. These guys are gonna have to jump off this windmill right in front of us here.
They're up there?
I think so. That's where I keep seeing shots going towards that way. I'm gonna pop a skulker. Oh, yeah, there's two guys. You're not crawling away this time.
I finished yours. Fuck, I hit that guy 3 times. Unless I hit the guy you killed once.
I don't know.
I missed all my shots. I knew he was laying there. I should have just threw the grenade like I wanted to. Need to heal my armor.
Okay. I might as well use my armor plates right now. Guys left.
So we finally get up to where we want to be. The next circle comes in and it's nowhere near us. We got to rotate a little bit further south. A little bit of that corner of the circle is still on the high ground, which is where we're going to rotate to. Now, all we're doing here is trying to get eyes on the last 4 enemies in the game. Because again, where those enemies are is going to dictate where we're going to rotate to. We feel that those guys are still on top of that turbine, and I'm going to spot some guys kind of west on the ground level. So we're going to make it over to the circle, keep that high ground. From there, we see the guy come down from windmill. We get the kill on him. It gets down to a 2v2. I split off south, rotating the back edge of the circle. I get a good snipe on one enemy. From there, we know there's one left. We know he's near his enemy. We decide to kind of split off. Input this goes a more direct route. I play the flank route, and we get the win. Let's watch and see how it all unfolds.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna test it.
Oh. Oh, I just got hit.
From where?
Oh, they just jumped. They were up on the fucking
Right.
thing still.
Hit him, armor.
Oh yeah, I see him.
Be advised, further collapse expected. Relocate to safe zone.
There's the other guy. I think that fire
Oh, he's
break.
right here on me. Got him.
That fire break was a solo. The other 2 are behind this pointy rock. 275.
Yeah, I'm trying to heal here.
Oh, that guy's a fire break too. Hit him, armor.
Nice.
Oh, this guy's flanking hard right now. Downed.
Nice, nice. Whereabouts?
Just to the down the hill here.
Yeah, I'll go off to the right. I got dead silence on.
Should be right there.
Oh yeah, there he is. Fuck, he got me.
Where is he?
I
On
lit
the
him
rock?
up. He's
On the rock?
he's on the backside of backside of the rock on the right. Oh, he's coming around behind you. He's coming around the backside.
So there you have it. I really feel like this gameplay really showcases how rotations and moving through the map can put you in a position to win more games. I hope you guys learned something from it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and share the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.